Our story begins at a cozy little coffee shop nestled in a quiet neighborhood. The bell above the door tinkles merrily as a young woman named Sakura enters, her cheeks flushed from the brisk autumn wind. She's greeted by the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee and the soft murmur of conversation. It's moments like these that fill Sakura with a sense of contentment, a feeling that her small coffee shop, which she lovingly named the Cozy Cup, is more than just a business. It's a sanctuary for her and for the regulars who call it their daily refuge. Among them is Riku, a young man who visits the shop every day after work. His presence is like a ray of sunshine, brightening Sakura's day with his easy smile and gentle demeanor. Unbeknownst to Riku, Sakura harbors a secret. She's head over heels in love with him. However, there's one thing standing between them: a steaming cup of latte art. You see, Sakura dreams of impressing Riku with her latte art skills, but no matter how hard she tries, her creations always turn out looking like tortured animal faces or abstract expressionist paintings gone wrong. One particularly disastrous morning, Sakura accidentally flooded the counter while trying to steam the milk for an order. And when she finally looked up, she saw Riku staring at her with a mixture of amusement and concern. In that instant, Sakura's face burned with shame and she wished the earth would swallow her whole. With a deep breath, she quickly apologized to Riku, who only waved it off with a chuckle. However, Sakura couldn't shake off the feeling of disappointment and frustration. Maybe she wasn't cut out to be a barista after all. As the days went by, Sakura couldn't stop thinking about Riku and how much she wanted to make him fall in love with her. Then one day, while browsing online, she came across a post about a barista competition being held in the city. An idea began to form in Sakura's mind, a plan that could make Riku stay at the coffee shop longer, a latte art challenge. With the competition fast approaching, Sakura threw herself into training, determined to create the perfect latte art. However, much to her dismay, her efforts resulted in nothing more than foamy messes and abstract designs that resembled everything except what she had envisioned. Day after day, she practiced pouring, steaming, and etching, but the elusive rosette just wouldn't form. Discouraged but not defeated, she continued to hone her skills, refusing to let herself be outdone by the competition. During this time, Riku noticed the change in her usual cheerfulness had been replaced by a focused intensity, her laughter echoing through the shop as she practiced her latte art. Concerned, he decided to approach her, hoping to lend a hand. When Riku offered his help, Sakura initially hesitated, unsure how to explain her obsessive quest for the perfect latte. But seeing the sincerity in Riku's eyes, she finally confided in him about her dream of impressing him with her latte art, touched by her vulnerability. Riku didn't laugh at her dream, but instead offered to help her practice. Together, they spent hours perfecting latte art, and Riku's patient guidance began to pay off. Sakura's pours became smoother, her steam etched with precision, yet the rosette remained elusive, mocking her with its absence. Despite the setbacks, Sakura couldn't help but feel a warmth in her heart. Whenever she saw Riku patiently guiding her, his gentle encouragement fueling her determination to succeed. As the day of the latte art challenge drew closer, Sakura found herself spending more and more time with Riku, both at the coffee shop and during their practice sessions. She started to develop feelings for him, which she mistakenly attributed to the stress of the competition. Unbeknownst to her, Riku harbored similar feelings, but he was too afraid to confess them, fearing it might jeopardize their friendship. The day of the latte art challenge dawned bright and clear, mirroring the excitement in Sakura's heart. As the competition began, one by one, the contestants took to the makeshift stage, showcasing their unique latte art. Each pour was met with applause, each creation more stunning than the last. Sakura felt a knot of anxiety in her stomach. It was her turn. Taking a deep breath, she stepped onto the platform, her hands steady. As she began to pour, years of frustration and sweat equity gushed forth, taking the shape of a swan. The crowd gasped as the swan emerged, its wings spread wide in a graceful arc. A smattering of applause broke out, but Sakura could only smile sheepishly. The swan, while beautiful, did not resemble any known object. In fact, it looked like a mythical beast, something that belonged in a fantasy novel, not on a coffee cup. Disappointed, she stepped back, wondering if her quirky art would win over the judges. Suddenly, a familiar voice rang out, breaking the silence. "What a wonderful piece of art," boomed Mr. Sato, the owner of the competing café. "It may not be a traditional latte art, but it's certainly memorable." His words sparked a lively discussion among the judges, piquing the interest of the audience. Was Sakura's unconventional art about to win her the competition? And what about Riku? How did he feel about her unique creation? Just then, a mischievous grin spread across Mr. Sato's face. "This competition has become quite interesting, but we need a tiebreaker. Who here can guess what this magnificent creature is?" Hands shot up in the air, each contestant eager to impress the judges. But Sakura stood frozen, her heart sinking. She hadn't intended to mislead anyone with her art, but now she had no choice but to come clean. As she prepared to reveal the truth, a voice cut through the chatter. "I know what it is." All eyes turned to Riku, who stood confidently in the crowd. Taking a step forward, he explained his interpretation of Sakura's latte art, praising its beauty and uniqueness. His words resonated with the judges and the audience, creating a wave of support for Sakura and her coffee shop. However, amidst the cheers and congratulations, Sakura noticed a strange look on Riku's face. His eyes were filled with a mixture of emotions that she couldn't quite decipher. As the crowd began to disperse, Sakura approached Riku, her heart heavy with a premonition that something was amiss. "Riku," she began hesitantly, "can I talk to you for a moment?" Riku turned, his face unreadable. "Of course," he replied quietly. They walked away from the commotion to a quiet corner of the park. Sakura took a deep breath and poured out her feelings for Riku, admitting that she had harbored romantic feelings for him for quite some time. To her surprise, Riku didn't respond right away. He seemed lost in thought, his gaze fixed on the ground. This unexpected reaction left Sakura confused and scared that she might have ruined their friendship. Just when Sakura thought she might lose him, Riku finally looked up, a soft smile gracing his lips. "Sakura," he began, his voice gentle. "You're a wonderful person and I care about you a lot." Relief washed over Sakura, making her knees weak. It seemed as though Riku felt the same way about her. Perhaps the confession had brought them closer together, but Riku's words continued, each syllable echoing in Sakura's ears. "I'm sorry, but I don't feel the same way about you romantically." The world seemed to shatter around Sakura. The joy she had felt just moments before evaporated, leaving her numb with disappointment. She struggled to hold back her tears, afraid that if she let them fall, there would be no stopping them. Before she could respond, Riku stood up, his face etched with concern. "I'm sorry, Sakura," he repeated, reaching out to touch her arm. "I hope you can understand." Without waiting for a reply, he turned and walked away, leaving Sakura alone with her shattered hopes and a heart full of unspoken love. As the sun set, casting long shadows across the park, Sakura realized that her feelings for Riku ran deeper than her desire to win a latte art competition. Love, she learned, wasn't always about grand gestures or perfect latte art. Sometimes it was in the quiet moments, in the shared laughter and the comfortable silences. And as she walked home that evening, she couldn't help but smile. Maybe she hadn't won the competition, but she had discovered the true meaning of love and friendship. Upon returning to the coffee shop, Sakura found a note from Riku, expressing his gratitude for her support and understanding. He admitted that he had harbored feelings for her as well, but had been too afraid to confess them. The revelation that they both loved each other brought a smile to Sakura's face. From that day on, their bond grew even stronger, their love story beginning with a simple cup of coffee. And as the seasons changed and the leaves turned golden brown, Sakura and Riku continued to share their lives over steaming cups of coffee, their love story brewing like a fine vintage, growing richer and deeper with time.